Wow, welcome to your $1 million house. This place is incredible.
Thanks. Yeah, it's been quite the journey to get here. But finally having my dream home feels amazing.
I can only imagine. Everything looks so luxurious and well designed. How did you decide on this particular house?
It took a lot of searching, let me tell you. I wanted something that not only had the wow factor, but also felt like home. When I walked into this one, I just knew it was the one.
I can see why. The architecture is stunning, and the interior design is impeccable. Did you work with a designer?
Yes, definitely. I had a vision in mind, but bringing it to life required the expertise of a professional. They helped me choose the right furnishings, colors, and layouts to make it all come together seamlessly.
It really shows. The flow of the space is fantastic, and those floor-to-ceiling windows offer such breathtaking views.
That was one of the selling points for me. Waking up to those views every morning never gets old. It's like living in a constant state of awe.
I bet. And what about the amenities? I see you have a pool, a home theater, and even a gym.
Yeah, I wanted to create a space where I could relax, entertain, and stay active without ever having to leave home. It's all about convenience and comfort.
Absolutely. It's like having your own private retreat. Speaking of which, how do you maintain such a large property?
It can be a bit of work, but I have a great team in place to handle everything from landscaping to maintenance. It's worth it to keep everything in top condition.
That's smart. And I suppose having a smart home system helps with managing things too?
Being able to control everything from the lighting to the temperature with just a few taps on my phone makes life so much easier.
It sounds like you've thought of everything. Living here must feel like a dream come true.
It really does. But more than anything, it's about sharing this space with friends and loved ones. Nothing beats hosting gatherings and making memories in a place you're proud to call home.
Well, I'm certainly impressed. Thanks for giving me a glimpse into your $1 million lifestyle. It's inspiring to see what's possible with hard work and dedication.
My pleasure. It's not just about the price tag, but the joy and fulfillment that come from living in a space that reflects who you are and what you value. That's priceless.
Absolutely, you couldn't have said it better. It's about the experience and the memories you create in a space like this. I can imagine the stories you'll have to tell from hosting parties and gatherings here.
Oh, there have been some memorable nights, that's for sure. From impromptu dance parties by the pool to cozy movie nights in the home theater. Every moment spent with friends and family here is special.
I can only imagine. And I'm sure there's never a dull moment with such a beautiful setting. Do you ever find yourself just marveling at the architecture and design of the house?
All the time. Sometimes I catch myself just wandering around, admiring the details and craftsmanship. It's like living in a work of art.
That must be so surreal. And I bet there's always something new to discover, even after living here for a while.
Whether it's finding a cozy reading nook tucked away in a corner or stumbling upon a hidden garden oasis, there's always a surprise waiting to be uncovered.
That sounds like a dream. And I have to ask, do you ever get used to the luxury? Or does it still feel surreal even after all this time?
You know, it's funny you ask that. At first, everything felt so extravagant and over the top. But as time has passed, it's become more about appreciating the little moments and not taking anything for granted.
That's a beautiful perspective. It's easy to get caught up in the grandeur of it all, but finding gratitude in the everyday moments is truly special.
And it's those moments that make this house feel like a home. It's not just about the marble countertops or the high-tech gadgets, but the laughter, the love, and the memories that fill these walls.
Well said. Thank you for sharing your home and your perspective with me. It's been a truly inspiring conversation.
Anytime, no matter where you are or what you have, home is wherever the heart is.
That's a sentiment I won't soon forget. You've given me a lot to think about. But I have to ask, with such a stunning house, do you ever feel pressure to maintain a certain image or lifestyle?
That's a great question. There's definitely a perception that comes with living in a house like this, but I try not to let it dictate how I live my life. At the end of the day, it's about being true to myself and finding joy in the simple things.
I admire your authenticity. It can be easy to get caught up in appearances, especially when you have such a beautiful home. But staying grounded is so important.
Absolutely. And having genuine connections with the people who come into my home is what matters most to me. Whether it's a lavish dinner party or a casual game night, it's the company that makes the experience memorable.
That's a refreshing perspective, and I imagine it helps create a warm and welcoming atmosphere for your guests.
I hope so. I want everyone who walks through these doors to feel like they're part of something special, like they're part of the family.
Well, you've certainly succeeded in that regard. I already feel right at home.
I'm glad to hear that. You know, it's moments like these, sharing meaningful conversations with friends, that make all the hard work and dedication worth it.
Absolutely. And I'm grateful to have had the opportunity to experience a glimpse of your world. Thank you for your hospitality.
It's been my pleasure. And remember, the door is always open for you. Whether it's to catch up over coffee or simply enjoy the tranquility of the garden, you're always welcome here.
Thank you. That means a lot. I look forward to our next visit.
Likewise. Before you go, I want to leave you with a couple of lessons I've learned along the way. First, never let material possessions define your worth or happiness. True fulfillment comes from within and the relationships you cultivate, not from the size of your house or the value of your belongings.
That's a powerful reminder. It's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of wealth and status, but it's the intangible things that truly matter in the end.
Exactly. And secondly, always strive to create spaces that nurture connection, compassion, and kindness. Whether it's in your home, your workplace, or your community, be the light that brings people together and fosters positivity.
Those are words to live by. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and your beautiful home with me. I'll carry these lessons with me long after I leave.
You're very welcome. Safe travels, my friend. And remember, no matter where life takes you, home is where the heart is.